it's Dwarf Planet. Okay.
Okay, so on dwarf, you should. I mean, in certain galaxies, certain things are better. So you want to like go into that with your first pick with that, knowing that, right?
Right. So I think that I'm gonna start Rod here because I think Ionic Spark is really good early,
Okay,
and it can build into like
pretty much
um
any comp.
yeah. Okay, so I got another Rod,
Okay.
and mm, okay, I don't think I'm gonna play Zoe, so I won't put her on the board.
Okay.
Um, hmm,
Is there a scenario where you want the rod on Zoe?
no. So I can
Okay.
just sell her and buy 2 units here.
Yep.
I
In
don't really have.
general,
Yeah.
upgraded frontline, unupgraded backline is better than unupgraded frontline, upgraded backline.
Okay, yeah, that was what I was gonna ask. I wasn't sure if it would be better to pick up the
Yeah, it
um
looked like you weren't sure, but like think of it like this: would you rather have 10 archers with no wall or 5 archers with a good wall?
right. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
So
Um, with this shop, I should pick up the Zig Spare, right?
sure, yeah,
So I got a belt as well, so I could make Morellos.
okay.
Um,
Sell
mm,
Caitlyn and buy Poppy if you're quick enough.
oh,
It's okay.
sorry.
It's no big deal. So I mean, why don't we set up our turn though, and then I'll tell
Yeah.
you.
Mm, okay, I think I will build
Actually,
Morellos.
what do you think about Graves, Morello, and then Darius, Rod?
Sure.
Okay, because we don't like the brawler synergy unupgrade is kind of like whatever.
I should have leveled here. I should have sold and leveled, but
Oh, we don't want to level. That's okay.
oh, okay. Because I wasn't
Because
sure if I needed
leveling
to.
here, we deny ourselves the next shop at level 3,
Yep.
and we have like what, 4 1 cost pairs?
Mm-hmm.
So it's
So
by
any of these
Malphite.
could be. Oh, right, because I have the pair then.
Yep. Because now, like, think of so at level 3, you have 75% chance of 1 cost. At level 4, it drops to 55.
Right.
So if we level here, we're playing a trash unit and denying ourselves a shop where we could hit 3 like that, right?
Yeah.
Now we have direction.
Okay, so
Even more, like, let's say we had sold Caitlyn for that Poppy pair. Now we have Poppy 2, Leona 2, TF 2.
right, which is a much stronger board
Yep.
than if I had leveled just
So
that.
Pirates is too greedy right now. We just want to make a strong board. So,
So I think I could throw the rod and the Morellos on TF, right?
yeah, let's do that. But so the guy last turn was strong, but if he was weak, Pirate might have been great for us, right?
Yeah.
Let's say he's weaker than you. You could have got 2 gold, which is like
Hmm.
crazy this early.
Um, I don't think I buy the Malphite, do I? Because I already have a pretty strong front line with the Leona and the Poppy.
Okay, nice. I agree. Let's just ditch it.
So I'll sell those, and then I could play Zoe to give Sorcerer buff to
Yeah. So
TF.
let's just do a positioning check.
Hmm.
Blitz.
No. So this could be better.
Sure. I like it. The only thing I would change is I'd put Zoe where Poppy is because she's ranged and Poppy is going to walk further when people are
Yeah.
positioned kind of on the left like that. The other
Hmm.
thing is like if you're not talking to me, you're scouting. If there's people with rumble like this, you don't want to clump like you did.
Uh-huh.
But if there are people with infiltrators, you do. So that's kind of just like a scouting thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't been scouting much.
It's like impossible. Don't even worry about it.
Okay.
So, I mean, when you're talking to me like this, it's so hard. So don't even worry about it. Okay, we have a rod. What are we thinking?
I mean, it's on the TF right now, but um, I could grab the. Oh, but the Ziggs will combine.
Okay,
I
that's
could
fine. We
go.
can sell it off. I mean, are we more if we take a Negatron now and get another Negatron, what are we doing? Just take a chain. Take the chain. Okay, that's okay.
Okay.
Because it's like Ionic on a backline unit,
Yeah, it
helping
doesn't
or
make
nah?
sense. No, no,
And then if we take Negatron, get a second Negatron, do you feel good or bad?
no. Dragon's Claw sucks.
Yep, and Cloak is just super low value, anyways.
Yeah. Um,
Okay,
should I grab the Shaco as well then?
why don't we
I don't
double
think I
level and
play
play
Nocturne.
Nocturne?
Okay. So I'll swap these around,
Perfect.
and I could give Chain Vest to.
I would put it on Poppy because of the shield, and also, what if we hit Ari next turn?
Yeah. So I
Then,
could play Ari over TF, and then I also have Star Guardian.
yeah. And then it's like, okay, now we want the chain on Poppy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But let's say we didn't hit Poppy 2 there.
Um, then I
Or,
probably would have put it on Leona because it'll keep her alive longer.
yep, and she's your main tank, right? Because she's upgraded.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would have done too. I'm just trying to give you a scenario where it might change a little, right?
Mm-hmm. Do I ever buy Shaco here?
Ask yourself, I'm losing an interest gold. When am I playing it, if ever?
Yeah.
If the
It's
answer
not
is
worth
I'm
it.
playing it soon, then sure.
I mean, not really, because it'd be when I level to 6, but I'm sure I'll hit another unit by then that might be more worth playing.
Okay,
And I lose
like
an
even
interest
right
in it.
now, maybe Ziggs 2 is better than Nocturne.
Yeah.
Because you
Um,
have Sork buff, right? So Ziggs has good base damage.
mhm.
So this is where maybe scouting a little, because we have 5 seconds. You could scout. Are there more infiltrators or rumbles?
um, I only
Slash
saw two
Nautilus slash,
Rumbles.
because the way you are now, like Nautilus could walk. I don't even know why it happens, but sometimes your units move to them and sometimes they move to you.
Hmm.
So
And if
this
Nautilus
fight could
walks
have
up,
played out. Nautilus walks up, stuns
oh
all
yeah,
five
that'd be
of your
really bad.
units.
So I
But
have to look out for Nautilus too, right?
yeah, Nautilus or Rumble with demo or like Rakan, just the way you're clumped right now is leaving you slightly vulnerable to that, but it's protecting you more from. Yeah, I'd actually put Ari in the little nook.
Here?
Yeah, and then Zoe swing her into the corner.
So
Because
then
now
Blitz cranks in.
infiltrators, no. Blitz, no. Although there is a place they could put Blitz where it'll hook Ari.
Oh, it would be back here, right?
It's the exact mirrored position of where she is.
Yeah, on the other side.
Yeah, the distance is like somehow further to Ari than it is to Zoe. Okay, if you sell all three, you make a gold. Are you ever playing them?
No.
Perfect.
So I'm gonna throw this on Ari.
Yep.
Um, I could make GA here, because I don't
Okay.
think I ever make that blade.
I like it.
And I could
Okay.
just get sword.
Did you just TC for? Okay.
Oh,
The I mean, the sword doesn't do that much on Ziggs, and let's say we keep Ziggs for the next 3 turns and hit a second GA off carousel.
yeah, I wouldn't want it on Ziggs. I
Like
could
the
put it on
auto attack,
Leon.
the what you're gaining versus the potential opportunity cost is not worth it in my opinion.
Okay.
Because like Ziggs doing 15 more damage in the like five relevant auto attacks he has is probably not changing the fight. Whereas 3 turns from now, if you get a second GA and put it on Ari, maybe that
Hmm.
changes the next 6 fights. You know,
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
so just something to keep in mind.
Hmm.
But anyways, we have no control over this turn, so we should be thinking 3-2. What are we looking for?
Maybe looking for um like a rumble or maybe just another frontline unit.
Okay. Well, are we
So
leveling? We have a three. We
yes.
have a 3 streak. Okay.
So I want to
From
keep
your
my one
shop,
streak
what
going.
would you put in, assuming you don't want to roll?
Um, Probably just Syndra.
Okay, yeah, I think it's either Syndra or Ezreal. Because
If I were
Ezreal, the utility of Ezreal might be more than the damage of Syndra, but I don't know. That's the only thing I'm thinking though.
okay,
It could go either way, right? Like Syndra, maybe she gets 2 ults off and it's great. Ezreal, maybe he hits a clumped group and that's great, you know.
yeah,
But the fundamental is like, what are we playing next turn, type of deal.
I get ruled by this guy. He has 2 rumbles.
Yeah, we got. Uh, you might actually win.
Really? Wait, maybe.
So something you could do here if you wanted to win is throw the sword. It's okay.
Oh, oh well.
The overtime, it wouldn't have mattered anyways because of the way the overtime worked out. Okay,
So I could play rumble here instead of Syndra.
I like it. Do you want Rumble to tank?
Mm, Not really, because he's not upgraded. He's
Yep,
not that
and he
tanky.
doesn't have better base stats than an upgraded Vanguard, right?
Yeah.
Plus, if Poppy tanks, what will happen?
Um, she'll draw aggro, and then they'll clump up around her, and then Rumble can get
Well,
a bigger
so
aggro.
you when you take damage, you gain mana.
Mm-hmm.
If Poppy ults quicker,
Um,
what
I guess she stays
happens?
alive longer,
She stays
or she
alive
gets.
longer, and we have Star Guardian, so Ari gets
Oh,
mana
right. The
quicker.
mana spreads to Ari as
Yeah,
well.
and since Ari is kind of our main carry right now, that we're more interested in Ari getting her ability off as fast as possible than like Rumble maybe stunning some people.
Yeah. Okay.
So chat just said, is Ari better than Syndra? And I actually think with these items, yes. Because Ari could hit potentially 6 people with her ult, whereas Syndra will only ever hit one, and you don't have a blue buff, so Syndra is not going to spam that much. What do you
Um,
think?
I could grab Chain Vest and just make another GA for Ari.
Let's do it. I like it. Okay, from
There's the
this
only.
point, what do you want to play? What do you think is going to be good here?
Um.
Another option, you could have taken the Rumble, because now we have Rumble pair with Ionic upgrade.
Oh yeah.
It's Dwarf Star. Maybe we're pathing towards Mech. This is one
I
of those
think you're
things. Like talk me through 3 turns from now.
okay. So 3 turns from now is after uh, Wolves, right? So
Yep.
I'll get a few items, but I think that I should be trying to go towards Mech Pilot because I hit Rumble early. I have a strong enough board that I think I could just wait and then level and roll.
Okay.
1 second. Let me just give this to Ari. I have okay items for Mech. I have like a GA. I don't have a lot of defensive items for Mech though.
Okay.
But
Quick question before we're just committing to that. How many people are playing Mech?
oh yeah, that's the other thing I
Because
could
we
consider.
have the Rumble pair, but if there's 4 Mech players, like maybe it's not worth competing with 4 people.
I think it's just I don't even know if this guy's going Mech.
He might be playing the Barbecue Rumble.
I think he is.
It looks like he's not because he has what? Sorks, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. He
If
has
he
the
had
Mech pair.
Celestials, that would be more barbecue, right?
Mm-hmm. So I'd be contested by one person, but
Okay. Well, let's think. let's say, okay, we decide not mech. What else are we thinking? We want to try and get as many options out on the board as possible.
Okay, Morello's goes into your comp because that's like the only key item.
Sure.
Um, GA was flexible in most. Um,
Like pretty much everything, yeah.
yeah. I don't really have a lot of items that would work in anything but I guess like this and Sork.
Yeah, so like we've got Jin in the shop. What do you think about Astro Sniper as a possibility?
Yeah, I think Astro Sniper works because these are good Teemo items if I can make like a Rabadons and then one mana item.
Okay. What if we
So
can't though?
um, if we can't, then
Then we can't.
yeah, then we just can't. We
But
can
we
play something
like
else.
let's pick up Bard, Caitlyn, Jin, right? It doesn't hurt
Yeah,
us.
with the
Let's
sniper.
say your next we're heading into a creep round. What if you get 2 tiers and a Teemo?
Yeah, then
It's
I
like
just play
boom,
Astro
wow, we're
Sniper.
halfway there, right? You're
Yeah.
just opening
Oh.
or double Bard. Like we don't want to buy it yet. Okay,
Oh.
that's okay. That's
Sorry.
okay. Like I say, we don't want to buy it yet because what if we get, I don't know, 2 Negatron cloaks here? Then it's like, okay, Astro Sniper's not happening because even if you take a tier off the next carousel, you probably won't get blue buff.
Right.
And in my opinion, blue buff is like necessary for Teemo.
Because then he'll just keep casting, right?
Right, and without it, he's really useless. Okay, but we got a tier, and okay, so now we have the option, right? We pick up tier off next carousel. What are we almost definitely doing no matter what, though, right now?
Leveling.
Yep.
And then I guess I could play. I could play Bard.
That is what I would do. Because none of the rest add almost anything, and Bard, even if you lose, will at least get you 1 or 2 memes, right?
Yep. Because these guys don't really give anything to me. They're unupgraded and they don't
And they have
further
0
any of the
synergies,
traits.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's go ahead and think, can we make anything now completed item that we want?
I could make Luden, or not Luden, sorry, Jewel Gauntlet.
Okay, we could. Do you want to? I mean, if you want to, go for it. But again, items, positioning, rolling, right?
Right. I don't know, because this is going to be blue buff, and then I have, I have Morello's and a Rod for Teemo.
Okay.
If I got another Rod, it would be Rabadons. And if not, it'd be Jeweled Gauntlet, right?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, at this point, we aren't necessarily even going Astro Snipers, right?
Yeah,
we have
don't
like
really-
half mech Sork. We have half Astro Snipers. I mean, we can pick up Jin Victor.
Mhm.
And then, like you're doing, I like to kind of go like option 1 on the left, option 2 on the right.
Yeah.
So, like, put Victor, Annie, Syndra on the right, and then Caitlyn, Jin on the left. Now you're like, okay. But again, 4-3, we're leveling to 8 and probably rolling to determine our comp.
Yeah. So, next, or
Let's go ahead.
this round?
Yep, let's pick up Annie. Yep, this 4-3, we're going to level to 8 here. And then we want to roll probably just a little bit.
I got
Okay.
the Narn.
Okay, let's go ahead and pick up Gnar. Can play that and then roll 1 more.
I got a second Narn. So
Okay, so are we? Do you want to commit?
yeah, I think I'll commit to Astro Snipers because I'm pretty low anyway, so I can definitely grab a tier if there is one.
Yeah, I mean, HP, like, technically you could be third pick if you win and that guy loses really hard, but you're
Oh, that's
probably
true.
second pick. So you want to sell something. Let's just sell Annie.
Yeah, my bad.
But if you're committing, we want to make sure we make as much gold as we can. So we could sell Victor, Syndra, Annie, Ari, if you're committing.
Yeah, no, I think I should commit here.
Okay. But another thing to keep in mind is we could get defensive only carouseled here, right?
Yeah.
and then it's
So
like
it could have
no
been
blue
worth
buff,
holding.
no dice. We just sold our other option.
Yeah, so it could have been worth holding there then, right?
Yeah, I mean it's like is 1 gold worth it, right? Because to get back, you gained 1 interest gold. Do you think the 1 interest gold you made is worth the rolls it'll take to get back Syndra, Victor, Annie? Right?
Yeah, it's not really worth it.
Like unless you roll once and hit all 5 of them, then it like wasn't worth it. And
Hmm.
the odds of that happening are like non-existent, right?
Yeah. So I can go ahead and make blue buff.
Okay, who are we tossing it on?
Um, does it go on Bard? I
Probably
don't think so.
Ziggs.
Yeah.
We're more concerned with like first of all, if we hit, let's say we hit Teemo but not Nautilus, we need Bard,
Yeah.
and
We
then
don't
we
want to have
can't
to
move
remake Bard.
blue. We can't move blue from. You should probably roll. We're losing and we're trying to pivot into something, right?
Okay, there's the Teemo.
Perfect. Is there anything else in the shop?
Dash
Yep.
for sniper.
Yep. So yeah, like scenario, we don't hit Nautilus, we do hit Teemo. We don't want blue buff committed to Bard.
Mhm.
Other reason, we have demo and Ziggs is upgraded. And third reason, killing more units at this point is more important than 1 extra meat because we're dying, right?
Yeah. Okay, so I hit Nautilus. Would I play that over?
What you tell me? You're like we need to make a full transition here, otherwise we're gonna lose a lot of health.
Okay, so let me just get my snipers on the board.
Okay, and let's try to position them a little bit.
Yeah, so I can play.
Maybe put Nautilus in and Gnar. Perfect. Let's position Teemo back in the back, in the back, in the back. Jin in the back. Okay, and now items.
So let me just sell the Ari and then blue buff, and then I can put Jewel Gauntlet on Teemo.
GA, let's go GA first.
Oh, sorry.
GA on Gnar there wins the fight. It's okay. Right? Who are we like? Is Jeweled more important or the other
No,
completed
definitely.
item?
Yeah, no, definitely GA.
We also are heading like we, as the fight progresses, we know it's looking like a loss, right?
Yeah.
It like does Jeweled Gauntlet change the fight? Maybe now here we get, like committing Jeweled changes nothing, and now we don't have options. Because what if you get Bow? Let's say you go Bow Rod. You could have had Last Whisper Jin, Deathcap Teemo,
Yeah.
but now you have to make Rageblade, and it's bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just something to think of. And I know again, don't feel like let's go ahead and sell Rumble and then pick up Wukong Caitlyn, right? Because they're part of the comp.
Mm-hmm. Well, I got IE for Jin, so
Nice. So, but it's just something to think of. So Nautilus, we're 19 HP. So what are we thinking?
just roll, just hit upgrades.
Yep. Maybe let's put in Wukong over Poppy for Chrono. Who's the GA going on? Is it going on Jin? Is it going on
I
Wukong?
think it goes on Jin.
Okay, do we want Jin and Teemo next to each other or spread so if
No.
one dies, the other doesn't? Okay, let's keep rolling. Jin 2 might change the fight. Gnar 2 might change the fight. It's okay. But just heading into a creep route, I know, like, again, super hard to talk to me the whole time, but we want to be thinking, how fast do I need to act? Because Gnar 2 maybe changes this, right? It didn't.
But it could have.
But if it did, like, let's say it did change the fight and we didn't have it, and now we have 6 health instead of 19.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so are we stable? Do we need to keep rolling?
I think I roll for Teemo too.
Yep, I would do that too. Because, if we take a loss, we lose Ash. Okay, Teemo 2, nice. And there's a Wukong. Perfect. Okay, so from this point, what is our play?
I guess I don't know if I can go 9 here because I don't have very good econ, and I'm kind of low health.
Okay, how stable do you think we are?
Oh no, but we are really stable, so I could go 9.
Okay.
I just realized how strong this board is.
So let's just run through it. What's the rest of the comp? What's a key trait that we're missing?
Either Mystic or Brawler.
Yep. What do you think is going to help the most?
Um,
So
maybe
in
Mystic.
general, Mystic buffs
Our whole team versus the 2 Brawlers that would get the buff, right?
exactly, right? And it's like, does Gnar 2 with GA need Brawler to ult?
No.
So then Brawler is off the table, right? Mystic is what we want.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, we have 4 Astros. We could even bench Nautilus for a
Yeah.
Mystic right now if we wanted to.
I think I'll leave it just for a second and then.
Okay. And then instantly face the Star Guardian Sork player. Feels bad.
Yeah.
That's okay though. I mean, it's a judgment call, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, we're quite strong, so we're in a good spot. The other thing to consider is you do have Astro Bards, so 9 is definitely not out of the question if you're stable enough, right? Because 2 turns ago we get our econ back. What do you want? I'd take Frozen Heart.
Yeah, I was gonna say I should take Frozen Heart for Gnar.
Yep, it's a mana item, it's a defensive item, it's a tiny map, so the effect is good.
People.
Even if the effect wasn't good, mana, faster Gnarl, Chain Vest, more defensive stats, right?
Yep.
Like, I'd say Disarm Gnar would have been good if Frozen Heart wasn't there. Or even Red Buff. It's like, I don't really need Red Buff, but the Red Buff makes sure he will ult no matter what. Okay, why don't we go ahead and, like, do we want to, let's spread our front line a little bit more. Yep,
Maybe
or you could even put Nautilus and Wukong back 1 each. Like, yep, because now what's going to happen?
Oh, these guys are more protected?
They're more protected, but who are they going to auto-attack first?
Oh, yeah, these guys, right?
Nope, who, like, the other team is going to auto-attack who?
Nautilus. Oh, sorry, Gnar.
Yep, and Gnar ult is what we really want to go off, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if he gets focused and then gains mana faster... Maybe that was wrong, though, because it looks like we got obliterated.
Yeah, the GP ult really hurt there. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, Mystic changes that, right?
Yeah.
So if we decide to roll down now, what upgrades would change our fate?
I mean, I don't think Wukong or Ashe upgrades would add too much.
Okay, so what could we do? We still have 4 Astro.
I could get rid of Nautilus and play Mystic instead.
I like it.
And then I'll just move.
Yeah.
Yep.
So see, the way you positioned, Wukong got focused, and without Vanguard, he dies instantly.
Yeah. And maybe I should have kept the.
We either could have kept that or not frontline Wukong 1 without Vanguard because he gets focused and then Gnar doesn't, and Gnar doesn't ult and Wukong dies.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that was a bad call on my part.
Yeah, and so Chad is also saying, isn't Nautilus 2 better than Wukong 1? I agree, because Chrono is basically useless, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he benefits from Astro.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, these are all just things, like, I don't know how comfortable you even are playing Astro Snipers. I have played it once, ever. So, like, when I said, oh, why don't you move Wukong and Nautilus back 1, that might have been wrong.
I've only played it, like, maybe once.
Okay, so, I mean, both of us are not super familiar, but we're in a position where we're dying and we don't have, like, a good route, so we went for that. It didn't quite work out, but I think we learned a lot, right? Like,
yeah, no, I definitely learned a lot more because there was a better board that I could have played.
Yeah. So, and even 2 turns ago, like Mystic against the Star Guardian guy changes it. And again, like, let's just say scenario, you're not trying to talk to me. You can think more. You're scouting more. You see, oh, there's 3 Sork players and 2 mechs. Maybe
Hmm.
it's always Mystic here over Vanguard.
Yeah.
So, anyways, let's see. We've got about 10 minutes left. Let's go over some positioning real quick.
Okay.
So, if you could pull up my stream and then mute
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, hold on. One sec. Here, let me just switch the.
Yeah, I know. So just let me know when you're ready.
Yep. I'm good to go.
Okay, so I actually think this might have been better.
If all the vanguards were frontline.
No. If Nautilus is in the middle. Because
Okay.
Nautilus, I believe, has a lower mana value than Gnar. So Nautilus goes off with Astro after, like, getting autoed twice.
Okay. The mech
And
is in a good stun.
Gnar from this angle will ult, like, this way.
Mm-hmm.
And then knock this group this way into Teemo, right?
Yeah.
Whereas, like, let's say Gnar's here and they're here. He's going to go here and knock them this way.
Mm-hmm.
And then Teemo's not, like, it's not as good, you know?
Yeah. He's
So I
also
think this is actually what people do, which is my bad. And then we're cutting out the back row because it was dwarf, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say we get to the level 9, and our level 9, I believe, is this? It's like
It's Lulu,
it's
right?
either Lulu, Soraka, it's probably Karma, right? Lulu Karma.
For Dark Star as well.
Yeah, something like this. So yeah, the one thing you want to consider is generally if you have 2 carries, you don't want them next to each other because Fizz jumps, kills them both. Okay, game's
Mm-hmm.
over, right?
Yeah.
Fizz jumps, kills Teemo. Jin can maybe clean up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you also, it's like, okay, Blitz here, Caitlyn, Ashe, don't care, right?
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to this, sure, we get slightly better angle for like the sniper, hex, whatever buff, but Teemo hooked, dead. Jin hooked, dead, right?
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yep. So this is what you want. And then generally, like, just in that last game, generally, I would say pick a side you like. For me, it's actually right. Because I really like abusing this hex
Okay.
because the way I had you positioning, most people don't know that if you put Blitz here, it'll hook this. So no
Mm-hmm.
one really abuses that.
Okay.
But if early game, let's say you have this Poppy 2, Kog'Maw 1,
Mm-hmm.
Leona 1. Hook here, hits here. Hook here, hits here. Infiltrator here, hits here. Infiltrator here will walk, hit this. Infiltrator here will walk, hit this. Kog'Maw's safe.
Mm-hmm.
Poppy's upgraded. If they're here, they're gonna walk and auto attack here. If they're middle, auto attack here. If they're right, here, right?
Yeah.
So our positioning, everything is functioning exactly how we want it to. And then
Mhm.
because Leona's in the back, she's not only protecting, but we don't have to worry about like this, right? She might, let's say we do this. If they're hard right, they're going to hit Leona 1 before Poppy 2, and we don't
Mhm.
want that because she'll die too
Yeah.
fast. By the time Poppy has taken full aggro, Leona is up auto attacking anyways. Like, it doesn't add that much, but we're maximizing our stuff, right? Same with,
Mhm.
like, let's say you have Ari, Zoe, right? Maybe now we can do this. Let's say it's Poppy 2, Leona 2, Ari 1, Zoe 1. Infiltrators, 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 Zoe. Hook, Zoe. Don't care, right?
Yeah.
Ari's safe, and because of this, she gets a good angle on her orb regardless of where we end up fighting. Like, let's say they're far left, we're gonna probably walk a little like this, and then her orb is gonna cut these diagonals.
Yep.
So I don't know if you saw the guide from Socks. Sorry, I just like hard blanked out there. But Poppy, if you cut diagonals, can hit multiple hexes. Sorry, Ari.
Mhm.
So if she shoots her orb like this, she'll only hit these three hexes.
Right.
But if she shoots her orb like this, it'll hit boom, 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 boom. It'll hit all six of these.
Right.
So you can actually manipulate kind of like this to ensure that you're going to hit more units.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good tip too.
But in general, I saw a couple things like you'd set up your board, your level 3 board, something like this. Like we
Mhm.
had, I don't know, Kog'Maw in that one game, and it's like he's just so vulnerable, right? Blitz here
Yeah.
hits him, here hits him, infil hits. Like no matter what, unless they have literally the same thing where it's just two tanks and a ranged unit, this is bad.
Yeah.
So try to do this. And again, if you like the left, that's great. I just like because of the way these grids are offset, you get this little nook.
Right.
And even if they're all right, they're not going to hit this because this is always closer, right?
Mhm.
So no matter what, you're the only weakness is if they have a blitzcrank in the exact same spot, but I've pretty much never seen anyone do that.
Yeah.
And then yeah, again, like generally you want to like if you have a shroud, something you're gonna do is what I do is I scout everyone just quickly with
Mhm.
the hotkeys, and I just
Yep.
go left, 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 right, left, right, left, and then I'm like, okay, I'll go left, right?
Mhm.
Because now it'll hit 6 out of 8 people or 6 out of 7 or whatever. And then
Yeah.
if you have shroud early as well, everyone pretty much repositions right for Krugs, and then almost no one repositions afterwards.
Okay.
So
So.
post Krugs, 90% of the people are still going to be on this side, so then you put Shroud to hit 90% of your opponents, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Because everyone knows one Krug here, two Krugs here, position to the right, so you can beat them, blah, 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 right?
Mhm.
So then you can kind of abuse that. If you don't have Shroud, you can just pick what you like better, and then you're only repositioning if there's a bunch of people like shrouding right, then you go left, right?
Yeah.
And again, it's one of those things where you can scout more when you're not trying to tell me everything
Mhm.
all at once. So, yeah, and then again, like positioning for stage 2, 3, 4 is going to be either like right half or left half.
Mhm.
And then once you have enough units, you usually want to spread, right? Kind of like what we were looking at for your end game comp there. You
Mhm.
weren't like, you didn't have Ash, Kate, Jin, Timo all on the right because it's just really vulnerable.
Yeah. Like one fizz could come in.
Yeah, or like Gnarl hits all four of them.
Yeah.
So, because that's around the time when people start getting more AoE, and then you also have the correct amount of units to cover your spread. Because if you spread when you're level 4 or 5, you leave yourself vulnerable, right? Being in the corner or on the edge protects a full side for you.
Mhm.
So if I only have 5 units and I do this, um, it's just like, okay, right side vulnerable, left side vulnerable. It's too bad, you know.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's good advice.
So generally, that's what I found. I just go like, because 4-3. Do you know the level timings, by the way?
Yeah, it's you either level right away after like the first three PvE rounds, and then 2-5, 3-2, and then 4-3. Is it?
Yeah, 4-3 is fast 8. Here, I'm actually just gonna. Someone made a video of me explaining this before, and I'll see if I can find it. And yes, I realize you guys can just see my email, but I kind of just don't even care. Um, Geez, how long ago was that? You know what? I will send it to you in Discord, okay?
Okay.
That'll be easier than me just like showing everyone my email while, you know,
Yeah.
gaining nothing. And I couldn't even find it. So, um, anyways, I think that's the time for now, and I do have someone coming up right after this. So, any last questions, thoughts? Hopefully, you thought it was helpful. If you have any comments on how I could make it better, or you felt like it wasn't helpful, definitely just send me a message on Discord, and we can discuss it.
No, yeah, no, I thought that was great. It was really fun. I feel like I learned a lot.
Nice. That's good to hear.
I'm definitely gonna have to go back through the VOD
Yeah,
to
so I
write down some
will,
notes. But
not right away because I have one person right after this, but I'll send you the
mhm,
VOD for with a timestamp for you,
mhm.
and then I'll also find that video explaining the level timings if you want to take a look at it. If not,
Yeah, no, I'd
whatever.
love to. Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
perfect. Any last
Thank you.
thoughts?
No, I thought that was really good. I feel like I've learned a lot.
Nice, that's good to
So
hear.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All
All
right.
right, I'm gonna bump you out of the channel and then use the restroom and set up for the next one. So.
Mhm.